that is going to bring us a little lower in the bracket.
A little lower in the bracket, but not quite to the lower bracket. So
No, not
a little
quite
lower
yet.
in the higher bracket.
So Exceptional is going to be waiting on the loser's side, which is going to lead us to Faster and Killer Xinok, who once again is a cage player.
Yeah, and Faster, who we've seen every single time here.
With that Takeda. Yeah. His very, very, very mix-up heavy Takeda, I might add.
Yeah, he is very, very wild. I love his gameplay. It's so different from like Red Raptor or Storm that we tend to see a lot in the Pro League. He is just all-out rush down, never stop moving, uses a lot of aerial mobility that we don't get to see. So he's fun to watch.
Reminded me, or excuse me, I should say Boki. Boki's playstyle reminded me a lot of his in the season finals because that's the first time we ever really saw any Takeda from Boki, and he would just kind of go for the little mix-ups just like that.
Right. All right, and Xinok.
Yo, Xinok, can you hear me? I'm on TV. What up, fam?
Are we getting a third commentator in here?
Yo, that would be sick.
All right, Xinok, give us your thoughts. No, I'm just kidding. You can't hear us. But all right, now this is a match that we've seen actually quite a bit, believe it or not. Actually, we did in the Pro League see this on this stage. We're gonna see Red Raptor against
Irish Mantis.
No, not Irish Mantis. The EVB. Why am I blanking out on names today?
God, I know. It's Vendetta?
Vendetta, thank you very much. And we did see this now. It seems to me that the key here from watching that match was to actually space out Johnny. Now, I don't know. Oh, that was a great backdash and punish on the nut punch. That's something we don't ever really see. There's a gap in between both of those hits. But like I was saying earlier, spacing out Johnny is really important because it's so hard to get out of pressure as Shirai Ryu Takeda.
Right. This is, again, we've talked about it before, run cancel characters tend to be Takeda players' least favorable matchups.
Oh yeah, anybody with good pressure. And oh wow, I can't believe that didn't punish. The second hit of back 2-1 actually whiffed right there, and that's generally super minus. I just think Xinok wasn't quite ready. Ooh, gets hit by the overhead. Now, blocking that is very difficult. The mix-up there is he either does 1-1-3, which is the low, or he does 1-1 and then does his overhead immediately. Right. And you can actually fuzzy that, but, I mean, staying consistent against that type of pressure and trying to fuzzy guard all of those mix-ups, it's very, very tough.
Wow, and that's all Killer Xinok needed. He just needed to get in once, and then from there, it was 110% cage.
Yeah, both of these players, I mean, that's how, it seems to me like that's how they're generally going to win. Faster doesn't seem like too much of a zony player. So I think he's just going to have to take that momentum and just go with it.
Oh, nice. Oh, jumps over the second nut punch, trying to bait something out. Oh, but no confirm.
So hard to block that. Oh,
nice spacing.
That was beautiful spacing. I think, I mean, forward 2-1 is, sorry, forward 1-2 with Takeda is something we don't see too much anymore. We tend to see just forward 1 into the whip hits now. It's don't get whiffs.
Like that is plus.
Oh, and that should, oh, no, he had enough to break.
He had enough to break. But that is such a good string/combo to use. Wait a second, here comes Killer, excuse me, c88 Faster going with the chip, and that's going to do it.
Wow, now that entire game changed because of one of the changes that we got to see within patches in the last few months, which is the fact that there's no longer, you lose all of your stamina when your opponent breaks. Now Xinok, he had the pressure, everything was going great, but then he needs stamina to pressure as A-list, and as soon as he lost all of his stamina, he got pushed back to the mid-screen with that breaker. Faster took the advantage, and then Xinok just wasn't blocking quite correctly, and you can block most of what Faster did right there on reaction, so Xinok was just a little bit flustered maybe, and just wanted to, you know, maybe he was a little impatient trying to get that win.
I really do like the use of his bar though. Not a lot of people may not, but the fact that he does 1-1-3, that is a low, and then he ends it with the overhead X-ray, which is extremely plus on block.
His X-ray actually jails into another forward 3.
It's nuts.
It's also an overhead, and a lot of people just aren't ready for it.
Right, but I mean, very good blocks from Faster. He blocked the 1-1-3, blocked the 3, which was a low, blocked the overhead, and then was able to surmount his own offense.
Yep. Ooh, down 1 EX projectile. That's not something we see very much from Johnny's. But his EX projectile is plus and does quite a bit of chips, so it lets him continue the pressure, gives him some time for stamina to rebuild.
Nice grab, and again, this is what we're seeing. This should do it right here. Yeah, let's go block. Great decision.
Ooh, and a flawless, but yeah, all of that jailed right there. 4-3 and a forward 3 into 1-1-4, and then he could do a special after
what
that.
A confirm. The spacing from Killer Xinok is also very impressive.
Oh, and that could have been a punish, but Xinok just forward 3 into midair right there.
Nice use of armor there.
All right, what's the pressure? All right, hits the low. Now that low on run cancel is actually minus, I believe. Actually, I could be wrong about that. It's not hugely plus, if anything.
It's not terribly minus either, though.
Yeah, yeah. It's somewhere within that like plus minus 2 range. All right, and that was a strong game by Xinok.
Yeah, I know Cage simply because of Ichibiasuko. That man has he has a lot of Cage tech. He taught me about that overhead after he hit me with it. He's like, oh yeah, that's plus, by the way. I was like, oh thanks, my man.
Oh yeah, he loves the, absolutely loves that.
And he's actually at CEO right now as well.
Yeah, I heard he lost to Tom Brady.
He did lose
Lord
to Tom
Brady.
Lord Brady crushing SoCal's dreams since 2011.
Oh yeah, but you know what, man? There's no shame in losing to Brady. It just means that you've experienced greatness firsthand. You've experienced the beauty that
I've
Tom
never
Brady's
played
Sub-Zero.
Brady in tournament, ever.
I have once. All right, good start from Xinok. Oh, but that was probably wrong right there. Got a forward 4. Oh, and again, not blocking that overhead. That's really tough. A lot of cages start doing that. Instead of 1-1 overhead, they do 1-2 run cancel into overhead because the timing is much closer to his 1-1-3 string.
Right.
Oh, and that's a drop, but no whiff punish. Actually, whiff recovers rather fast.
Wow, and such domination right now.
Thank you.
Killer Xinok is not giving Faster any room to breathe. And his spacing is so impressive as well. What a...
Oh, wow. Caught him just barely with the top of that standing one. Nice. Tried to bait the anti-air right there, but I mean...
Something I also really like about Killer Xinok's play is how grounded he plays. He's not very jumpy. We've seen that in cages before. He's extremely grounded. He likes to just stay in the pocket, and his spacing is impeccable.
But yeah, and I mean, jump attacks from Johnny Cage are infamously bad. Oh no, puts himself in the corner.
Oh no,
this
Welcome
is a good
was
spot.
fireballed up.
3-3. All right, ending with a spear. That's something we saw Red Raptor do in this matchup. It allows you to keep a little bit further away from the Johnny Cage rather than going for the hard knockdown and continuing your
Nice
pressure.
grab. Right in between that string, and now a really nice situation. Killer Xinok could definitely bring this back.
And Xinok with some wild combos here. Forward 2-4 flip. Oh, and that's minus. No conversion.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That was so instant there. Okay, what he did right there was normal EX teleport is it hits mid and then it hits low and you block it and you punish it. But he did it so instant air that Xinok didn't even see that it was an air
To be
one.
honest, I didn't even see it either. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, and the second hit of the air one is overhead, so he's blocking low not knowing that it was done in the air. That was beautiful. And that's actually a tactic I've never seen anybody do, but I've also never seen anybody instant air that.
That's
so
one
fast.
of the... I don't even think I could do that on a hitbox. Like, that was crazy.
But, I mean, that was great. He really needed that. I mean, he's got a great lead right now. He's got the momentum back. And, oh, he's noticing that Xinok isn't punishing the instant air teleport whiffs, which is something that you need to have down against the Ketas.
That's one of his best tools. That is minus, though, and that... Oh, missed his cancel.
All right, very nice. Faster just waiting, expecting the meter burn on the nut punch. Oh, can he get out of the jab pressure?
This is very bad.
This might be chip death here.
Oh, he's just going for the kill.
Oh,
Nobody misses. Wait! Down 4.
All right, that was a good option. It was safe. His down 4 recovers rather fast, so he hit it meaty. It may have recovered in time to block any wake-up armor that Faster did.
And Faster did have a bar, so I mean... Do you think Teleport would have killed, maybe? I mean, he was pretty low on life, Xinok.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say.
EX Teleport. Yeah, we don't know. I'm just saying, like, it was kind of a toss-up.
Right. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do, you know? Just try it, make the read. And it worked. Worked for Xinok. And Faster, that entire game was decided by the fact that he decided to do that overhead at the end of the back 2-1 string, and instead of doing the low kunai. Low kunai safe, the overhead not safe. He got punished,
he went for the overhead.
got put into pressure, lost the entire thing. You can't take any risks against Johnny Cage when you're Takeda, because like I said, his defense is just lackluster, I would say. Which is fine, because he's an extremely strong powerhouse.
He's an offensive powerhouse, yeah.
Oh, maybe could have got a conversion right there. I'm not sure exactly how he would have, but that was nice. Really high anti-herd Kuna.
It's okay to cry.
All right, and those mid-combo neutron punches, I don't believe that actually adds any damage to the combo. It just looks cool.
Yeah, nice grab. And I love the way that Killer Xinok mixes up the grabs, especially with a run cancel character. That's just another aspect that you have to worry about.
Yeah, especially with Johnny Cage, because it allows him time to build back that stamina. which is so important to him.
Oh, there's the punish we were
What?
talking about.
Backwards flip kick. That was like that
was wild.
It was like, hey, stop doing that. I'm gonna control these guys. Oh, and that should be the conversion. Very nice. Breaks it as soon as he can. Oh, and finally goes for the low. We actually haven't seen him go low almost at all today.
He tried once earlier, but he whiffed.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because Xinok's spacing has been so good that he's been making stuff whiff.
Absolutely. Johnny Cage zoning, by the way, is highly underrated.
Oh, it's great. He does 8% fireballs. They arc through the air, so you can't duck them from every range. You can't jump them from every range. You have to be very good at it, but that looks like that's going to be the kill, going for the flip kick. Xinok,
And
nothing faster to losers.
the fatal.
And Faster has done consistently well over the past 2 months. So going to losers round 1 is surprising, but I mean, not that surprising knowing Xinok's history.
I feel like that's a fatality to do to someone that you really got frustrated with in game.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, forget you. I don't want to have to block your unblockables.
Like, yeah. I mean, look, the way that match played out, Xinok, his spacing was just so on point. And his cancel pressure is all, like, from what I've seen him play in the past, he's very on top of his cancel and his execution. So, Killer Xinok, I mean, just absolutely out of control.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see any real drops, so, I mean, that's what you want to see from Johnny Cage.
There was like 2 instances where he threw, he woke up with EX Fireball, which I think was an input error, and then he did that forward to Fireball and block. I think that was also like an input error.
Possibly, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, pretty flawless play from, right there it was, yeah, pretty flawless play from Cage.
Right, especially with his cancels. And there are a few things that I would like to see a little bit more from Faster. I mean, I know I keep talking about it, but watching Red Raptor play against Vendetta was such it was like a lesson in how to play that match. And we saw a lot of back 1-1 into kunai to space out. It catches people out of the air. It was just a great match. So I would have liked to see a little bit more spacing from Faster.
All right, and that's going to set us up for our winner semis. It's going to be Killer Xinok versus MGBM Dante. And then in the loser side, we're going to have Exceptional versus c88 Faster. Excuse me, that is actually technically winners finals.
It is.
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
Dante versus
I apparently forgot how to read a bracket. That is winners finals. Yeah, I was like, winner semis, but
yeah, wait. What? No, Dante versus Xinok. That is going to be a great match. Two offensively minded players.
Probably going to see some Alien. Definitely going to see some Cage. And then down to the losers bracket, though, Exceptional had a very strong Scorpion. And we obviously know Faster is going to play that. See, that's a really interesting dynamic of a matchup, just because you have when two characters with teleports face off, it becomes kind of wacky at points.
Yeah, I mean, both of those characters, they get strange conversions. They've got great hits off of, great conversions off of air to airs. They both control the skies in strange ways. They both have aerial mobility. It's going to be weird.
Weird to say the very least, my man.
Yeah, but it should be good. Master versus student.
Really?
Yeah.
Master versus student. Why do you say that?
Because it's Scorpion versus Takeda.
Why do you say that?
Come on, man. Know your lore, man. Know your lore.
Oh, I know. I know the lore. I was giving you a hard time. Anyways, speaking of the lore master, Josh, talk to me.
Yo, you got to know that it's Scorpion that trains Takeda in the ways of the Shiba Ryu. That's why he's got so much awesome costumes, man. I want to give a quick update what's happening with CEO. A lot of the major players from the Pro League are currently a CEO this weekend. And as you mentioned, Tom Brady defeated one of them a little bit earlier. I wish we get to look at that knee, maybe a little bit later. We'll try to give you guys some more updates what's happening at CEO. But again, we want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Alex Jabali, who's been very supportive of the MKX Pro League and every tournament effort that we've brought to Mortal Kombat X. We want to continue to reciprocate that appreciation and gratitude as he continues to put events together with CEO and other organizations. Always, always, always support your local grassroots events if you can. If you need more information about grassroots events, check out Test Your Might online. They have plenty of forums and plenty of information for you to check out the different areas. What are you guys' predictions on CEO? Is this another Sonic Fox going to take it all? Or do you think some more upsets are in store, gentlemen?
I don't know.
I don't either. Honestly, we've seen Sonic Fox lose at every tournament recently except for finals. So it could go any way. I mean, we've got a lot of really good players there. You know what? I think someone else is going to take this time. I think it's going to be somebody who we're not as used to winning tournaments.
Honestly, isn't Foxy's there as well? Isn't he at CEO?
I think so.
I think Foxy's there.
I heard he was going, but
who is always a huge threat. Yeah, he is there. I'm actually positive now. He is there. So it could be Foxy. There's a lot of players that have been very hungry to get a shot at Sonic Fox, but I mean he is kind of the reigning champ right now, so it's tough.
I got to play with the players for a little while when they were here in town, and I've been taking on Piercing Melina, and I was playing in the same room with Foxy Grandpa, Crathen, and Ketchup, and I was up against Ketchup's Bo Right Show, and I took a game off him, and Foxy Grandpa was super psyched because I was listening to his advice, to his coaching, and I was making adaptions and different moves and trying to play more of the zoning game with her, and Ketchup was getting so salty. So salty throughout the entire thing. When I finally took the one game off him, he just had this whole list of excuses of what just happened. And Foxy's like, "Oh man,
the
sun
was in my eyes.
The salt was so much." And I also did take one game off Crathen. It was probably like 50-1, but still, when I took that one game,
that's a game.
I was super pumped.
A game's a game.
Super, super pumped. And how about that Injustice 2 reveal, gentlemen? Wasn't that so special and amazing?
I mean, I got to actually play the game at E3 and. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
You did as well as the players.
Right.
It was...
Injustice is looking so great. I'm so excited to have the superheroes back. I mean, I love DC, and I mean, I love all of NRS's games. So, I mean, I loved Injustice 1. I'm just too excited. I'm really too excited, and I'm almost like unhappy that we got to see it so early because now I have to wait for a year.
Right.
Don't say that.
I'm
that's why
super
nice
happy.
things, man. He's like, I'm happy I got to see this early.
I really wish they just didn't show it to us until it launched.
I know, no. I'm saying just because it's so good that I want more.
I actually purchased Injustice 1 on PS4. You can grab the Ultimate Edition. It was on sale for $8. I mean, definitely get it.
Yeah.
And I was playing Batgirl. And when Injustice 1 first came out, loved the story, played multiplayer a little bit, but really didn't dive too deep into the mechanics of fighting games until MKX had come out. But now, after all the training and all the effort that I put in fighting games since we created the Pro League, going back and playing Injustice 1 as Batgirl, signed in online and won my first matchup, dude. It felt so good. So I'm super excited about it. The gameplay, or the feel of the gameplay, because I got to play Injustice 2 as well at E3, feels pretty similar to Injustice 1. It feels like a legacy game, and I think a lot of people are very excited about that. And it's also improving upon the game as well, especially that netcode. Can you imagine Injustice 2 with the netcode even better than MKX?
I don't want to burst your bubble, and I think it's great that you won your first match online, but I don't know if it was so much you that it was Batgirl.
I adapted.
I'm just saying.
I adapted.
But as you said, yes, the one thing that was actually I thought that I was going to dislike that I really enjoyed about Injustice 2 was the fact that characters like Superman, Aquaman, they played, and even Batman, like they played very similar to their Injustice 1 counterparts. And I was kind of thrown off, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. But then the more I saw the new characters like Atrocitus, as well as Gorilla Grodd and Supergirl, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like they have the base, and there are some different, variations within those characters that, not like a variation, system, but like different aspects of those characters that are very different from their Injustice 1 counterparts. Mm-hmm. So they could focus more on the new characters, and I thought that was great. That's all I was trying to say.
It's going to be nice to, for people familiar with the characters, to be able to jump back in.
Right.
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, absolutely.
That flies, which is really hard.
We are actually going to go to a quick break so we can set up these next set of matches, but don't go anywhere because the MKX Challenger Cup Finals of June will continue.